Welcome back. Today we have an amazing story for you. A story about heroes, villains, and a secret that literally fell out of the sky. It's a tale about a terrifying prophecy, a cruel king, and a hero who wasn't even born yet. So get ready, let's dive right in.
Okay, just imagine this for a second. You're having the best day of your life, everything is perfect, and then, bam, a mysterious voice that nobody else can see or hear tells you something about your future. What would you do? Well, that's exactly what happened to a very powerful king, and trust me, it changed everything.
And there it is. Those are the words. The 8th child of this girl will be your killer. Can you imagine hearing that? This came from a voice with no body, speaking directly to a king named Kamsa, right in the middle of his own sister's wedding parade. Seriously, talk about a party crasher.
So yeah, this super scary message didn't whisper in the dark. Nope, it showed up and crashed a huge, happy wedding celebration for everyone to, well, for only the king to hear.
So, let's meet the people right in the middle of all this. First, we have the lovely bride, Princess Devaki. Then there's her brand new husband, the brave Prince Vasudeva. And guess who is driving their wedding chariot as a big honor? Devaki's own brother, the super powerful King Kamsa. Everything seemed absolutely perfect. For a minute.
So as they're riding along, with people cheering, this booming voice just erupts out of thin air. But here's the crazy part. It was a message meant only for King Kamsa's ears. It was a terrifying secret, delivered to him and him alone.
But hold on a second. Why would the universe send a message like this? I mean, why did the world need a hero so badly that the sky itself had to start talking? Well, to get that, we need to zoom out a little and see what was going on everywhere else.
At this time, things were not going well. The stories say that Mother Earth herself was so sad, she appeared in the form of a cow with actual tears in her eyes because she was being hurt by too many cruel and selfish kings who were ruling the land.
You see, everything was just out of balance. The good kings, the ones who used to protect people and take care of the world, were disappearing. And in their place, you had these batty rulers who only cared about power and taking everything for themselves. They were called Datyas.
And hey, that's our first Sanskrit magic word. Can you say it with me? Dai-i-tia. A deity is the perfect word for a super powerful, greedy baddie. You know, like a demon. And King Kamsa? Oh yeah. He was one of the biggest, baddest deities of them all.
But don't worry, when Mother Earth cried for help, someone was listening. The good guys of the universe, the heroes in the heavens, they heard her, and they cooked up a top-secret plan to save the world.
And here's the plan, step by step. First, Mother Earth asks for help. Then, the great creator of the universe, Lord Brahma, hears her call. He gets all the heavenly heroes together, and they all agree to help. And what's the most important part of the plan? The greatest hero of all, Krishna, is going to be born on Earth as a baby to fix everything.
Which, you guessed it, brings us to our second magic word, Deva. Let's try it. D-Veva. A Deva is a helper from the heavens, a good guy, a celestial hero. And all of these Devas were going to be part of the secret plan to help Krishna save the day.
And here's the biggest secret, the real twist. Where was this amazing hero going to be born? In the family of Prince Vasudeva and Princess Devaki, the very same couple from the wedding. So you see, that scary prophecy wasn't just a threat to the king, it was also a promise to the whole world that help was finally on the way.
Okay, let's zip right back to that wedding chariot. The music has stopped. The sky has spoken. King Kamsa, the Daitya, just heard that his own nephew is going to be the one to defeat him. How do you think a guy like that is going to react?
He totally panicked. I mean, he just freaked out. In a split second, he dropped the reins of the chariot, grabbed his own sister Devaki by her hair, and pulled out his sword. He was going to stop that prophecy right then and there, no matter what.
Just imagine how scary that must have been. Vasudeva sees this happening to his new wife. The king is his brother-in-law. He's got soldiers everywhere, and he's about to do the unthinkable.
What could Vasudeva possibly say or do to stop a powerful, terrified king?
Well, thinking faster than anyone could believe, Vasudeva made the most difficult, most heartbreaking promise you can imagine. He looked that cruel king right in the eyes and promised to give him every single child they ever had if Kamsa would just let Devaki live.
Kamsa, being a coward who was so scared of this prophecy, actually agreed. He took the deal. But for Devaki and Vasudeva, this was only the very beginning of their sadness.
At first, Kamsa let them go, but then a wise man named Narada came to visit him and spilled another secret. He told Kamsa that Devaki's whole family were actually devas in disguise. Well, that made Kamsa even more paranoid. He didn't wait. He grabbed Devaki and Vasudeva and threw them into the darkest prison in his kingdom.
And so it began. Every time a baby was born to Devaki in that cold, dark prison, the good and honorable Vasudeva had to keep his terrible promise. He had to take his own newborn child and hand him over to the cruel king Kamsa. And this kept happening year after year. The first baby was taken, then the second, then a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth. 6 times they went through this terrible, terrible sadness. But they never, ever gave up hope.
Why? Because they remembered what the voice from the sky said. Kamsa had taken 6 innocent babies, but the prophecy wasn't about the first or the second or the 6th child. It was very, very specific. It said the 8th, and the time for that 8th child was getting closer and closer.
And that's where we have to stop for today. The stage is set. The evil king is waiting, shaking in his boots. The hero's parents are locked away in a dungeon, and the 8th baby, the hero Krishna, is about to arrive, which leaves us with one giant question. How can a single tiny baby possibly defeat the most powerful and evil king on the entire planet? You'll have to come back next time to find out.